making herself some cheap cards. We are traditionally a knitting podcast, so if you have just found us this week, it's a slightly different format because we've got 3 people going instead of 2. If you're an old hat at this, you know what to do. Settle in, get good. Jocelyn's in charge, so it's not going to be short. I don't know how not to ramble.
She said it, we didn't. It's okay.
I say it at the start of every one, and I don't think anybody believes me. You would be amazed at what I cut out, you guys. It's a lot.
Weirdly, I think they're actually shorter when it's me than Diana, though.
Yeah, because you and I go at like 1,000,000 miles a minute. I'm sure people have to slow us down.
Yeah.
I'm hoping because Chantel doesn't speak as fast as we do.
No.
We don't
just
go
silent one over here.
zoom, and we're finished.
That does happen.
Yeah. It's okay, I feel at odds because Diana's not here and she says all of the sections that we're going to do and she keeps me in line and on track. I'm like lost.
Well, this is
Super lost. Anyway, we're going to try to cover this week what's in our cup. Woolyworkings, fiber flubs, so little time, wool gathering, and events.
So let's jump right in with what's in our cup.
Yes. Okay.
For the record, everybody's drinking out of my tea mugs. We're at my house, guys.
Yes. I have Jocelyn's. Reading is sexy. It is. It is.
Uh-huh. Well, I think so, so.
Yes. And I have what you made that I stole from your jug. So, what you
It's an iced tea from the fridge.
I made a homemade iced tea.
It's
Some sea buckthorn cherry. Oh, that my mom got me last year when, oh heavens, I've forgotten the name of the tea place. It was out in Saskatoon. They're available online. I'll get Diana to link them in the show notes. She's definitely heard me talk about them a bunch. But Mom bought me a giant, and I mean giant bag of the sea buckthorn cherry because it's so hard to get, and I really like it. It makes an amazing iced tea. No sugar needed.
Like none.
It's very good.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, you don't need any sugar.
Yeah, you don't.
Unless I'll stipulate unless you're American and you're used to a sweet tea, and in which case you'll want to put some sugar into it because you won't be accustomed to it.
Okay, yeah, it's...
That's true. Like, I don't have sugar or milk in any of my tea, so
I'm a 2 teaspoon sugar all the way kind of person. Tea, coffee, it's always 2. If I'm having a bad day, it's 3. Because a cup of 3 teaspoons in my tea is my version of a whiskey on the rocks.
See, and for me, I only really do that if it's like an Indian chai because it gets that kind of like that milky, sweet texture, and then I love
I tend to put that like soy creamer in.
Well, yeah, I use almond milk. I don't actually use real.
So like the
no milk.
Yeah. The one you can get at the grocery.
So delicious.
Yeah. I use that one all the time. I like it.
Like hazelnut and stuff.
In my inherited, because my grandpa's name doesn't start with a J, but my grandmother's did, J cup. This was my grandmother's mug before she passed away. I have some Republic of Tea Blackberry Sage, which Laura from the Corner of Knit and Tea sent me. So I am loving it. This is my 2nd cup. So we're going to be ordering some Republic of Tea teas, if I can get my hands on them, because they're tasty. And smell amazing.
Really good. Yeah, it does smell really good.
And it's nice mellow herbal tea, so I'm like, this needs to be in my life. I
What?
don't remember what you're drinking.
It's twinings, peppermint, creamy vanilla, and it is amazing. Again, didn't need any cream or sugar, and I often put in my vanilla styles, but it doesn't need it at all. It's amazing.
Oh, I like the twinings tea. Super excited about it. You guys, we are literally surrounded by knitting stuff. We're wearing knitting stuff. I am melting to death, so you must be comfortable.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm the only one not, because
we start with our FOs here, because so I can take.
I need to breathe the girls out. Oh my gosh, Terri, go first.
Okay.
You go
so
first. I'm gonna put this down.
Gorgeous pink number that I am wearing. It is unblocked,
Beautiful.
but it's finished, and
It counts.
It counts.
It so counts.
It's one of Jocelyn's patterns.
Cool.
I tested at this one. This is, oh my goodness, I want to say Endless Summer Nights. It's Northern Radiance. There we go.
You named it too.
I know! Shush! I was editing the other one last night, so I did.
Yes. Terry's my tech editor. She just, she gets all the text of, I can't see anymore.
I did
Can
a
you
much
go English
tighter
that
knit.
for me?
Much tighter knit. I know, I like to English. And I also did a little, you can't really see it because I haven't blocked it, but I did a little picot bind off. I promise
I
it would
think
be
if
more
I
visible
can,
later.
I'm gonna do it again. I like
really
this, but I
pretty.
think because of the way I've got it, I'll do mine in like a worsted.
Mhm.
I think it'll look really great. I
think
mean,
you
it'll
should do,
change
like-
what yardage I use.
Yeah,
Obviously.
do it in like a tighter again.
I'm
'cause
gonna
I
do
used-
it a tighter. Yeah, I'm gonna make your weave in a worsted is what I think
I
I'm gonna
love-
do because
I
it's gonna
actually
look
really like
really
a
good as a
squishy.
winter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll make a
Yes.
great winter one.
Really
Oh, you
cozy.
know what I should do it in?
Hmm.
A budget-friendly version and do it with 2 cakes, like 2 carrying self-striping cakes.
Totally.
That's what I should
Yeah.
do. Okay, when I can bring myself to do that stitch again, which I freaking love, I just don't want to look at it right now.
Yeah, it's really pretty stitch.
It's out to test knitters, and I've had a couple go, Jocelyn, I don't have enough, and I've gone, no, you're good, keep going. I know. The fear is real.
It was unreal. I literally
The fear is real. Trust it. It's good.
I dropped a few rows off of the end of mine. I think 2 rows because I wanted to do the picot bind.
Oh yeah, well you wanted to do a
Yeah.
picot bind off, yeah.
So I just
Yeah,
adapted mine just a little
it's,
bit, but
Color 1 is you're tight on your yardage. It's doable, but you are tight on your yardage. So
I
it's just...
had a little leftover of this.
Yeah.
But mine are both Manjuka Farms by
nice.
Tammy Ivanko.
Yeah.
I love those colors. That looks
So good.
I really like
So
working with her
fresh
yarns.
and
Really like
Nice yarn.
It's really nice
Well, we'll
yarn.
see her in a couple weeks anyway, since we just realized the Fiber Festival's a lot closer than we thought it was.
It's actually the weekend of our next knit club, so we have to move knit club. So
We're
Yeah.
moving. I moved it.
yes, we've moved it. We've officially picked a
Yeah.
different date.
I picked a different date. Nobody said no, so I chose that date.
Mind
Come
you,
in.
only we were in the room, so.
Yeah.
Diana
just made
probably
that
won't
decision.
care, and everybody else shows up if they can anyway. So
Yes.
it'll be fine.
But we might
It's
have a
not
new
her.
member.
It's not her
Yes,
anniversary
new
weekend, so I'm
member.
good. And I remembered her anniversary weekend, and she'd forgotten. So I'm still ahead of the game.
But we might have a new member
We
coming.
might.
The dyer of Cloud9 Fiberworks.
Yeah, Daria might join us, so that'll be exciting. It'll be good to have her.
She's
So we
lovely.
hope that you come out, Daria.
I don't know if she's ready for all 4 of us crazy folks, but you know she's willing to a try, so
Yeah.
we'd love to have her.
She might run away screaming. But that's okay.
Yeah, but some have come and joined us, and we've been too much for them.
There's been a few.
That's fine. It's not the end of the world.
So let's have the next Jocelyn original.
Well, Jocelyn
Yes.
doesn't relieve the heat from the boobs. I'm going to physically melt. I finished the figure 8 version of the Endless Summer Adventures. I will spit out all the words properly. Which is a shawl that I put in and got in for the Makers Challenge for the Manitoba Fiber Festival this fall. The fingering weight version is a 1 skein wonder. Do your tassels first, people. Do your tassels first. It is so important to do your tassels first.
Yeah.
So this is done. It is blocked. This is out of Sea and Enemy Wall number 2 from Daria from Cloud9 Fiberworks. She's actually dyeing up some DK kits for this. So by the time you guys see this, the pattern is actually already live.
Yes.
So you can go pick it up on Ravelry. You can find it under Amber Dragon Designs. I will make sure to actually have a project page,
And,
which
like,
I rarely do.
make sure you notice how gorgeous the model is for it.
Terri modeled for me, guys.
She is gorgeous.
Chantel just the photos. All I
She's
did
very
was write the
pretty.
pattern. All the creative work is these two. I just did the knitting.
Aw, no, this is clearly the creative work.
I just did the knitting.
We just took
So,
the photos.
Stealing some credit.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, you guys are totally under credit. So the tassels are a little bit smaller than they are in the DK version because otherwise it would overwhelm
Yeah.
the shawl. So I made a smaller tassel, but there are photos and everything going up.
But it's exciting that it's gonna have its own like colorway and everything. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like,
Yes.
I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna make a 3rd one.
well, because it's your first pattern with its own color lot. You have to.
Well, that
buy it.
and the first one, which I got here.
I mean, you could always
Is,
give them to your friends after.
Oh, I
Yeah,
can? Can I?
Yeah, just like.
Says the friend who would likely ask for one. What I can do is I can give the cotton one to my mother because this isn't a cotton acrylic from Kramer Yarns.
Like, I love these two.
We're both like,
Yeah, so the first version grew out of some yarn I'd gotten to review from Kramer Yarns.
It's
The tassels are massive, and
They're
the Kramer
fun.
yarns are freaking nice. This is the Tanami tweed stuff.
It's so soft.
It's so freaking pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I still have some
texture is
skeins.
unreal.
It is
Yeah.
so nice. It is so
So
nice.
soft.
So I am super excited. And then Daria saw this, and that's how that happened. So 1 shawl out. The literally Northern Radiance will probably be out next week. So 2 shawls and done, which is good
Nice.
because I signed up for test knit, so I've gotten super busy.
Ooh, that is busy.
Oh, I'm only running a knit along. We're starting a knit along. I've got a test knit, and I've got 2 more patterns coming out this year. Oh no, I'm not busy at all.
It's a good thing you guys knit fast.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
a slow knitter.
If I didn't knit quickly,
Warning.
life would be hard for me. Do I need to keep my sweater on? Are we going to talk about the Comfort Fade cardies in the room?
I guess we should. I haven't put out a finished thing yet.
No, it's your turn.
Do you want us to do this together?
Do it up. I have the wrong sweater on, but that's okay.
Oh, should we talk about your guys' sweaters first then?
Well, everyone's heard about my mallow. I'm wearing it.
Okay. And this is the Marley
Not for
bird.
much longer because I'm going to melt to death, but I'm wearing it for now.
But you should show. We've been arguing with Jocelyn. She thinks that it's not
I need
good
to
as
stand
a Milo.
stand
I'm
up.
not sure.
Really like.
Here, internet, have some boobs.
See, she doesn't like that the bum is lower than the sides. We actually think it looks great.
Yeah, it looks great.
So
And the
we've
back
been
looks
arguing
great.
with her.
Whatever, I'm lazy. It's going to
You're
stay
good.
this way.
You're good.
We think it looks good.
Now I'm going to strip, not sexily.
Oh my
I don't know.
With
I don't
music?
know. What?
Here,
Do
have
it
a
for me.
sweater.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm melting to death.
And this is the My First Sweater by Marley Bird. But we were doing as a joint long. Oh, I have a little pull. Oh, wow.
Oh.
I changed mine a little bit because I actually did mine on purpose as like a different length. But
Yeah, I've got, well, that's
So
the one where I did the
cozy.
3/4 of the sweater and it was too big. Both of them were like, and you see your
guys
sweater.
are both
Oh.
dying. This is why I didn't have mine on yet.
I don't know why, you're the coolest of the 3 of us.
I know, I'm
Really
actually
is.
kind of chilly.
yeah. Okay, pull it out.
Okay, so I also
I'll tell you that
run
much, that was not cotton I was
sunflowers
wearing.
and storm clouds.
You
and
do.
make bags.
Yeah.
So I have my Instagram handle that'll be
Oh,
probably
yeah.
linked below. And
Diana's back
and
this
my
week,
store.
you guys. She'll come rescue me.
so I put mine in my bag.
Well, of course. We love her bags. She has buttons, which is really nice because I find the zippers can catch on your yarn sometimes, and the buttons never do.
Yeah, but
So,
they're gonna put on
that
and
is
model their Comfort Fade
there.
cardies.
Because we both did our Comfort Fade cardies.
Jocelyn's got to get off her butt because Chantel bought me the Comfort Fade cardi pattern for my birthday. So I need you to literally, and that was in March. So far behind.
Wow, get on with it. So, very different colors.
After I
Very
literally
different
jumping
colors.
in on your guys' knit along.
That's
I
fun.
love your color choices though.
So mine is like summer and hers is like fall.
That's
We're
what we figured.
discussing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Justin's like in the middle. We're like,
Jocelyn sandwich.
Oh, you're so cute.
yeah. So back of mine.
Imaginarily pat my head.
Yeah. Oh, so similar. So this is an Andrea Mallory design, if for those who don't know.
Yes.
Yours is Tog and Teal yarns? I
Yes.
believe?
Yes, it
Yes.
is.
And mine is Dyed for You. So 2 local dyers that we love. Tog and Teal is her favorite dyer.
Yes.
She's like a
I
super fan
am
girl.
in love
I
with
am a
Allie's
fangirl.
self-striping colorways. I have been for a while. She's got the My Kind of Christmas Baking. That's the one I'm
Oh,
going to
yeah,
make
you love
the
that.
sock arm sweater out of.
Yeah, I love.
Yeah.
Because sock arm sweater, my kind of Christmas baking, I feel needs to happen.
Yeah.
Just so you guys know, Tog and Teal is generally only at festivals in this area.
They're,
so we can't really link her below. So you guys are like, why didn't you link her?
She
Can't.
has zero
She has
internet
no
presence.
link.
there is no link.
You
But
can't
hit her
order
up.
from her. You
No.
pretty much show up and what she has is what
you
she
got.
has.
Yeah.
But what she has is amazing. Like, I have some of her stuff and it's that
What
like...
is it though? We always keep picking up
Oh.
copper. All of us keep picking up the one she does with copper.
Yeah.
We all keep picking it up.
It's so gorgeous.
It's
Yeah,
so
because she
pretty.
uses natural stuff to dye, so like it's not acid dyes.
Yes.
It's all like
all
like
natural.
Avocados,
yeah, she uses
copper,
avocado,
Avocado.
copper. She uses I know her
flowers and
her
stuff.
her purple is made out
Lilac?
of logwood.
Oh right.
Yes.
And it's
Yes,
beautiful. I have a few
beautiful.
skeins of it, and it's that stuff that you're like, it's so beautiful. I need to find the perfect project, and no project is good enough.
Oh jeez.
So it's just like sitting here on a pedestal, and I'm like, must work with,
Must work with.
But how? Yeah, it's. I'm doing that right
It's
now.
really
I'm really thinking I'm going to do mine out of Ancient Art Yarns.
Mm-hmm.
Because they've got that pumpkin latte into dark coffee colors, which I think is
Oh,
really
it's
nice.
just so gorgeous. Maybe not quite as vibrant as this one.
No, it'd be a little slightly more muted, but that's okay.
Really pretty.
I do think it's funny because mine doesn't actually fade that
No,
well into each
that's
other.
fine.
You can really
I
see
like the
difference.
stripes.
I might make it again in a more like speckledy, fadey color. that way.
I
Might
mean,
not.
mine you could kind of see. Mine's not speckly.
It depends on
but
how
it's
much you hate
no.
the shawl collar, or
Baby.
how much you remember you hated the shawl collar
You know
when
what?
you go to
If
cast
we
it
give
on.
me a year, I'll forget how much I hate the shawl
Yeah.
collar.
Okay, we can do that.
It
We
that
can do
bad.
that.
Just
No, it's just that
stitches.
it's just knit and knit and knit and knit and knit. You know, like I wanted something besides knit. Is what I mean. Like the short rows don't bug me at all. It was picking it up and then there was just
Oh yeah. The
Yeah.
short rows are great because you get a break in between and you're like, thank God,
and it
short
like
rows.
it like blows up fast and it's a little
Because the rows are short.
Short.
Yeah.
You're just
I
like,
get it.
oh, I finished so
Wait, is that what we
quickly.
named them now?
No,
I
jeez.
wonder. Kidding, don't worry.
All right.
Yeah, no, okay, I'm gonna boil. I have to take it off.
I'm actually quite nice. I'm like,
It's coming off. It's coming off.
lovely.
So I also have to say that I actually didn't weave in the ends on this bad boy. Chantel and I at Knit Club this week made a trade, and I did her provisional cast on in exchange for weaving in all my ends, and it was so worth it.
Trust me,
Because I
have
did not
made.
know how to do a provisional cast on.
And
I
I'm
have
like, I'll
made
do
the
that.
offer of picking up stitches in exchange for weaving in ends.
Yeah,
We'll see if that takes.
Hey, I wove in the end on your Marlowe just now,
I had one thing on my sleeve.
and I was
a lot of work.
and I was weaving in the ends on this one. I'm done now.
We're
It's
done.
officially done.
We're done. Awesome.
It's wearable.
All right.
Yes.
Oh, she's excited.
Are you ready?
Oh, yes.
I had 2 FOs this week. I finished it. It had to go to bed with me. I literally slept with this stupid shawl to finish it.
You were up late last night because you were messaging.
I'm up late most nights.
I was out cold and they blew up my phone.
Yeah, we did that.
I like opened my phone to a gazillion messages.
That was me and Chantel.
Yes.
She started it. She's the one who put the designer in the thread.
That is
Well,
true.
we had to know
That
I
is
had to
true.
follow the link and then
Yeah.
share a few of the patterns I liked.
There goes that rabbit hole.
Because that's how that works. Inside my dragon fiber coffee bag. Because Diana knows me well enough to know a coffee bag's well done. Guys, it's finished. I no longer have to talk about my twined up shawl. It is off the needles.
Yay!
And if I grab the third little, I ended up putting an extra skein in, and that's because I had made some serious hacks to the pattern, so I knew my yardage was going to be way off the marker. But that's what I have left.
Wow.
It's not a lot.
That's pretty good.
And this was a full skein of the French roast from Midnight Cravings. So it ended up being 2 skeins of Midnight Cravings and 2 skeins of knit picks. So we have the Elizabeth Bennet shawl, and it's also got a bit of coffee in there.
I love it.
Whatever, it was nice neutral. Nice neutral. I immediately have a project going in this bag. In this podcast,
Nice.
we're talking about it, and the yarn's going in. Are you ready for a lapgan?
A lapgan.
There
I
is
like it.
no woven in ends because I was not blocking this yesterday morning, Saturday morning.
Well, it wouldn't
because
be dry in
it
time.
wouldn't be dry.
No.
I don't know how to find enough floor space.
Yeah, that's
To block
tricky.
this?
It'd have to go down like that whole.
But we were kind of thinking that you'd want to like
Because I'm not pinning it out. I'm just going to let whatever water drapage I get from the way to the water.
Yeah, 'cause you
Yeah.
don't
I
want
might
it
just put the
expand.
wires through it and then just run it along the length of the hallway
Yeah,
and put it
that
on
would
top
work.
of towels.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, starting at one end, facing forward. I did my
pretty.
decreases quicker towards the end than it calls for. That I'll just, with the wires, that'll level out. That'll be fine. I'm not worried about that.
But then you were kind of thinking about maybe making it into like a poncho or
I
something.
might, because this thing is huge. So I've got my Girl Next Door, which is my light speckled, and then I did some stripes. This whole back section, this whole little tail piece, I completely hacked. I just did my own thing. So there's nothing wrong with the pattern. I just wanted to do my own thing. In my French roast section, it's supposed to be lacy eyelets. It's not. And then I got a wedge. And then I got another section. And then I got a wedge. Terry, you need to hang on to that end now. And then here we go towards the middle. We're not even at the middle yet. Okay, now we're at the middle.
You need
And then
to
and we gotta go to the other side. This thing
Oh my God.
is bigger than the screen.
We're
This
out of
is
room.
this is find your fade territory.
Okay, if you just
This
like,
is find your fade textured time Stephen West territory. This is a big shawl.
cut the brown out and it
Jen
looks
would not-
Captain America-y.
It it is Captain
Oh.
America without the brown.
Yeah.
Jen would not tell me this is a small shawl.
No, this is not. Sorry, my friend Jen was complaining about the size of. Jen is not a knitter. Jen won't watch this. It's okay.
it's fine.
Um,
Me and Jen make fun of each other all the time.
complaining
Yeah.
about how this is not a real shawl size. It's too small.
It's a real shawl size. It's just not
It's just a small shawl.
This is not a shawl.
This shawl.
It's because the
This
shawl...
is a couch blanket, is what this is.
This is like,
but I
we
made
just
her a
use
shawl
this as a
last
blanket.
year.
We
for
can.
her birthday, and it's like a big full size, regular size shawl, and so she's comparing it to that
Oh,
she would
okay.
wear to like
Yeah.
draped over
Over
your
her
shoulders to
shoulders,
a
yeah.
wedding kind of
Yeah.
shawl.
Yeah.
So I literally took this to bed,
Yeah.
which sounds so dirty.
Well, depends on what you two did together.
I don't know. I don't
Slept.
know about that.
We slept.
That's snuggled.
I have the incredible dad talent of being able to sleep upright in a chair.
I'm so jealous.
It is a rare talent.
So
It's
jealous.
predominantly found among men, I have discovered over the years,
Yeah.
especially dads. I don't know why. Girls can do it, no problem, but you usually find more men can than women.
Yeah.
I have this talent. I can also literally fall asleep in a chair upright in the middle of a house party and be fine.
I wish so hard.
So
No, I cannot do
I piled the pillows up in my bed because I was tired, and Phaedra was insisting it was bedtime. She will not leave me alone when it's past my bedtime. I have to go to bed. She doesn't care what I do in bed, but I have to be in bed so she can go to sleep. Why she can't sleep by herself at night, I don't know. So I climbed into bed, pulled the covers up, propped the pillows up. I have a light that is right behind me so that I can read if I want to in bed. And I had this draped down the length of my body. And I still had space.
Was she needing you?
No, she climbed right beside me and slept beside me, but I literally fell asleep like this. Knitting just down. I was halfway through a row and everything out, cold.
That's too
And then I
funny.
woke up and went, hey, I'm almost done. And then just finished before I got out of bed in the morning.
That is
So,
insanity.
Like, that's not the way to finish a shawl. It's a very dangerous way to lose stitches. However,
That's what I was thinking.
if
I'm
you
like,
can
I
just-
would
I would
if
not
that
be
was
able to
me.
do that.
I don't move when I sleep. I literally wake up to roll over.
You are gonna get bed sores one day.
Mhm.
Probably. This is a very real thing that could likely happen to me. That's how I sleep. So I wasn't super worried about it because I wake up to roll over. The worst thing I was gonna do was smear down on one side and like wake up like this. It's the worst thing that's happened to me. So it is done, and the yardage for this for Stash Dash is going to be intense.
Yeah. When is
Yeah.
Stash Dash over? I don't partake.
24th of August.
Okay, that's actually pretty soon.
I haven't set an official goal for myself because I wasn't sure how I was going to do. Last summer I set a goal and then I busted my wrist really bad.
Yeah.
So I am super happy that this is done. It'll get washed and blocked, then I can weave in the multitude of ends that I've got going on in here. And once that's done, it is ready for fall. Whether I turn it into a poncho, which I got the idea from Sarah from Cozyup Knits, because she turned her texture time into a poncho.
Oh, I missed
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, so I may do that, or like an open cocoon kind of cardigan idea. So I will play around with it once it's blocked and see what I like.
Yeah, see what you have the yardage for.
Yeah. And
That
then
sounds awesome.
that's just another thing off in a pile. I have so much done stuff this summer. It's
been a good summer. It's been a productive couple months,
Oh, thank heavens.
which is perfect.
I needed some productive months. Do you want to talk about something you're working on? I'm finally out of FOs.
Yeah, let's talk about something we're working on. Hey, Chantel, what are you working on?
I am working on the
Sports.
sports for the knit along.
So it's the knit along for 4 different podcasts. So
Yeah.
it's us, the Northern Knits. It's the Cozyup Knits.
Yep.
It's A Tale of Two Knitters.
Yep.
And
Feather stitches.
Feather Stitches.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
So
sorry.
close.
I was like, there's 4. So there's 2 in Alberta and 2 in Manitoba.
Yep. So it's the Across the Prairies cow.
Yeah. So this is what Chantel's making.
I have decided to make these sports.
She's making shorts.
So
I'm
they
making
super
shorts.
fancy that can
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry.
There we go.
Which I'm really excited about because I love little shorts to sleep in, and I have never made shorts before. And I like articles of clothing. I like to make articles of clothing.
That's awesome. I've made shorts before, but they were like gold party shorts.
That's cute.
Yep.
I like those shorts. That
Was
you
it for a
made.
Lady Gaga concert?
It was for a Lady Gaga
Uh-huh.
concert, and there was a little gold tassely bralette as well.
Yep.
I like to make my own costumes.
For Lady Gaga, makes sense.
Yeah, and so what yarn are you using?
I am using a Loops and Threads yarn.
Yeah, it's those new skeins that
Yeah.
that Michael's got in, right?
Yeah, those new little skeins.
Yeah, they actually
really
are carrying
pretty.
Hanks now, not just
Oh,
the
yeah.
cakes, and it's it seems like a little bit of a higher quality yarn than Loops
Yeah.
and Threads typically puts out. Actually, it's really
Yeah.
nice.
So it's just an acrylic. I decided to knit with this because they're easy to throw in the wash and everything, which
is
wanted
important
for this project.
Yeah, and you don't really want a lot of stretch or anything. I mean, it's a short, so it's not like you're gonna make them in
You
cotton.
don't want a baggy behind.
No.
So then I have, and I got Terri to do my professional cast on yesterday, but I don't have much knit, as you can see.
We just
And
we were laughing at her though. She started them when she was really tired, and she's like, I'll just do whatever cast on I want. And then she was like, oh, this is gonna go bad, because then she'd have to pick up all the stitches. And I was just like, you know what?
no.
It's fun to try new things, and this time it's her first time trying with 2 sets of live stitches. So so that's fun.
This is my band color, and then this will be my shorts color.
Pretty similar.
Other skins.
Just a little bit lighter.
Yeah, it's just a little lighter, and it has some like green tones in it, so they're kind of gonna be beachy, cute, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, so I'm really excited.
I love the fact that you went with an acrylic since you can wash and dry those suckers.
Oh,
Yeah, it's nice being able to wash and dry your clothing though sometimes.
Having a not entirely hand-washed wardrobe comes in handy.
yes, exactly. So I am moving along with these now that I got the rice cast on edge. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for living in the ends of my faded cardi. There was 10 gazillion of them, and I didn't want to do it. Literally, I finished knitting that bugger like 2 months ago at least, and it I blocked it, and then it just sat there. And I was just like,
we were laughing because we were like, oh yeah, Terri finished before.
I think I finished it before you even put your collar on.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I technically finished it before her.
Technically, she finished weaving in ends first, even though she had to knit the whole collar since I cast mine off.
These two love doing little 2-person knit-alongs where it's sort of a challenge to each other to help get things done.
We're gonna do the Andrea Mary little yellow sweater next.
Yes.
Except mine's gonna be blue.
I'm gonna join you guys. Actually, I want to talk to you about that after the podcast. I've got 2 skeins of Mammoth Yarn Raspberry. What I think I want to do is do them at the top and then at the ends of the sweater, and down at the bottom I want to work in a white speckle that I have in a striped fade. I think that'll be
beauty.
Pretty.
This one,
because the pattern is there, but it's not very heavy at the bottom, so I think I could stripe it a third color.
It just has a cabling down either side of the front, and it's like a button up, and it's a 3/4 length and like a croppy kind of sweater. Yeah,
I think that'll give me that extra bit of yardage that I don't have.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and I'll show you the raspberry skein from Mammoth Yarns because it is variegated, but it's a very light variegated, and it's nice muted color. So I think the cables will still pop really nicely. So I gotta show you guys afterwards. Remind me because I will forget.
Okay.
Since we're measuring my apartment out.
Oh yeah, forgot about that too.
We're
Redo her space.
We're gonna redo
because
my
we
space.
have an interior designer in our midst.
Yes.
And I need a change.
Me, I'm an interior designer.
She just redesigned my bedroom. I'm redoing my bedroom right now.
So.
And I just bought a house with my boyfriend, and we are renovating it right now. So that's why I've been a little slow on my Instagram because I am doing demo.
But like mega changes. It's not like, oh, we're thinking about
They're adding on an addition.
Carpet. No, it's like
they're ripping the kitchen out. They're adding an addition. They're moving the dining room. There's nothing
half
staying
the walls
the same.
are coming down in this house. Like it's crazy.
It's staying the same. So
I decided for my first house that I'm just going to
go
blow
ham.
it all.
Go ham.
It's about having fun and enjoying things.
The funny part will be like when it's like, oh well, you're not staying at your house tonight. Why? Because there's a giant hole in one of your outside walls. Outside walls.
We haven't moved in yet. I'm currently living between 3 places. It makes my life a little bit insane. And gas prices are not fun right now.
Not in your beast.
Big truck.
Not in your beast.
My beast.
In a reasonable economic car, I'm sure it wouldn't be quite so bad.
I drive a beast.
She does.
I love your beast. We're very safe in that entirely metal old truck of yours.
It's one of those things you get into a car accident and it'd be surprising if the paint was chipped.
Yeah. The other car would be written off, but if we have a dented fender bender, we'd be shocked.
And I can hollow stuff.
Yes, she can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially since I'm inheriting a headboard from you.
Yes, you are getting a headboard.
Got it.
The old owner.
I asked for help moving my computer desk into the sewing room to have a workspace. Now my entire apartment's being redone.
Yes.
I'm not sure how that happened.
This is what I do.
And I went, okay.
I don't know.
Not this week, but next week maybe?
Yes.
Probably next week, because if I can get all the big moves done next week, during the week, then when my dad's home the following week, he'll put in electrical outlets where I need it. He'll run wires where I need it. He'll do all the rest of that for me.
I love it.
So he'll do the stuff I can't see. And there's things like, I won't move my flat screen TV. I'll just make a big space and go, I'd like it to go here now, and he'll make it go there. Yeah. And he'll hang all my pictures back up for me so they're all level and stuff.
So, in a few weeks, our podcasting space might look dramatically different. Which would be fun.
Well, I suspect seeing as we've had 30+ degree temperatures into September and October last year, that might be the case again this year. And Diana might be availing herself of my quiet central air to remain cool while podcasting for a while.
So hot,
which I don't blame her.
It's been so hot. That heat wave was just ridiculous.
It's not over. There's no way it's over. August is the dog days of summer, and we're only like a third of the way in. We've got at least 2 more weeks of 30+ heat coming.
And I like the heat, but like
Nope.
this is too much.
Buckets of no. I don't
Well,
want
shall
it.
we move on to whips?
Yeah. Well, we've been talking whips.
Oh yeah, we have. So I guess I haven't. We continue on with whips.
Continue on.
I'll bring this one out, I guess, first, and then we'll talk about our test knits.
Well, I've got socks, and I've got my Across the Prairies, and then I have test knits.
Oh my God.
Well, I didn't bring everything I'm working on. I brought a few things because I like to have a million projects.
Well, I see that giant pile over there I haven't talked about in ages.
A couple of projects.
I injured my finger. It's fine. I just cut my finger this morning.
So I am making the Christmas tree sweater.
Or somebody messages me and goes, Jocelyn, why is there a Band-Aid on your finger? Because I'm a klutz.
It is by Caitlin Blassing. I love it so much. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I don't think it's a Christmas tree sweater. It's just got like a little evergreen design at the bottom. Yeah. I love it, but to me, it's not Christmassy, so I'm just calling it my cottage sweater. I'm making it out of a green Barocco. You can actually start to see the... Oh, I have a coffee.
Do you remember what? Look a random travel mug came out of the bag.
This is my work bag. I was working on this at work. It is their ultra wool superwash wool.
Oh god, I love it.
I don't know if they actually. I don't think this is like color. Yeah, it's just like a number.
And Baroccos are numbers.
Yeah, I was like, it's just a number. If I'm not mistaken.
Barocco's got some nice yarn.
Oh, I love Barocco. I'm just gonna show you guys the detailing. So it's just like a little evergreen kind of shows up.
Pretty.
I really like it. Like it's really subtle, like little detailing. Sorry, I didn't print this in color. There we go. Yeah, it's. I forgive it.
Forgive it.
Yeah, I just like
change her habits if we don't forgive her.
It's an easy knit.
It's a really pretty knit.
Yeah, and I love, like, it's just, like, the green isn't solid. It's got, like, flecks of, like, darker and lighter green.
Tonal.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Just gives it some depth, which I really enjoy.
All the words.
Very pretty.
Yeah.
Some of the words.
Some of the words? Some of the
I
words?
got some words.
Pop that in there. That's another ball band.
I'm
bad for that. They roll around until I put them in my project pages.
I have stacks of them places. I'll just come across and be like, why do I have a stack of 15 ball bands? I don't need to keep these. The projects are done.
These go in the trash.
And then I realize, no, I have to keep them because I haven't done the project pages yet. And Diana's probably going to kill me.
Oh. Actually, I've done the project page for that one. But...
I'm so bad for project pages. It's not even funny. Alright, I am currently working on, as we record, my self-striping socks for the Fiber Friends self-striping sock along. I have until the end of September because, you know, we started it a lot earlier. Jocelyn just took a month to jump in, as she does. Mine are not going to be identical. They're going to be fraternal socks, which, let's be honest, guys, I wear mismatched socks. I don't care. It's fine. It doesn't bother me in the slightest.
Character.
Nobody will steal them because everybody else wants matched socks.
I don't do matched socks most of the time.
So, whether or not I make these shorties or not, I have no idea. I always say I'm not going to, and then I always end up making shorties because they're my favorite types of socks to wear. So, I'm down my toe. I'm just literally working through the body, and on one toe, we're just starting a color change, and on the other one, well, we're a second stripe in.
Doesn't matter.
I know where the ball band is, but it's still not with me, so... I'm going to have to make a project page, and I might actually kick my butt. But this is a self-striping, and it goes through a nice, warm sort of red, coppery, deep coppery reds, and coppers into a brown, and then into white. So it's a very nice. So it'll be very nice fall socks.
It's actually
sorry,
brighter colored on the other side than it is on this side.
True.
I know, I tell the difference. So it's really autumny to me, because it's nice autumn trees, colors, and leaves and stuff. So I am slowly but surely working on those since I'd like to be able to enter a giveaway, which means I have to participate in things I'm not hosting.
It's weird how that works, eh?
What?
Yeah.
You're not going to just enter in your own giveaways? People
I
just
know.
hate you. Oh, look, I drew my own name.
No, I don't do
Oh my
that.
God,
Yeah.
Could you imagine? Even I would hate you.
That would be like
Dick move.
And I have won, like, giveaway. I've won a giveaway from your guys' podcast.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have.
Which is funny, but, like, I legitimately enter.
Yeah, I started laughing when yours was the number
Yeah.
that randomly came up, and
'Cause
Diana
it
looked at me
was-
and I was like, "It's Terri."
Because it was last
Yeah.
year's knit-along,
No, it
wasn't it?
was.
forgot what I
No,
I know
I think
I know.
it was this year's podcast anniversary.
There, it was this year's, yes,
Yeah.
because I got some of Daria's yarn,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, I got
Yeah.
the blood of my enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're making it into a dragon shawl.
Dragon Scale Shawl, yeah, I love
Yeah,
that.
that's
It's
coming along really pretty.
So nice.
like I said, I didn't bring all the projects I'm working on because I'm working on way too many things.
I've got way
okay.
so many projects on the go.
I have
You're just doing the shorts, yes?
Yeah. Chantel is a one project at a time kind of person, and we respect the Jesus out of her for that because she finishes
No.
projects.
Yes,
That is
but I will
so
be
not a
starting the
problem.
one that we've been talking about.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you're running that. You're borrowing my
Um,
platform to host it, and that's totally
yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
We're excited.
I probably can't enter that one either, but I'm going to participate.
You know what? Participating's half the fun.
Yes.
Yes.
Sure.
And I'll have a really pretty finished thing when I'm done, so I'm
Yes.
like, I'm still winning whether I enter or not.
Mhm.
Friends.
So
And
what
friends.
other projects are you working on?
I
What
have
things do you have?
one that
Yeah.
I've got to cast on later today, and I've got one that is a fiber flub. Do we want the good news or the bad news?
Oh.
Well, what's the cast on? Is that your
That's the test knit.
Oh well, let's do our test knits because I'm sure one too.
Yeah. Start
you
with
guys
your
both
test knit.
have
Alright.
test
Both
knit.
of us are test knitting for the Cozyup Knit ladies. So the shawls don't have names, but we are independently, both of us are working on 2 different patterns. for
Yeah,
them.
they're putting out I think 3 new patterns.
Yeah.
They're
Ah,
wanting
that's
for
pretty.
Knit City this fall, so
Yeah.
they are due in
Early September. You and I have to haul
Early
Keister.
September.
Yeah.
Except-
Keister has to be moved in a
So,
swift motion. Good thing
I-
2 of us knit quick, hey?
Yeah, I am making what they are
Yikes.
terming right now the fancy
Schmancy.
schmancy shawl.
Yeah.
So I am making it is a lace weight shawl, so I'm making it out of just Lion Brand Summer Nights, which has a beautiful
Great.
sparkle
Really
to it.
freaking gorgeous.
I love it.
Yes.
And
So
hilariously enough, some 70s mohair. I'm not even kidding.
It legit
is-
got here from the 70s?
Yeah, it's emu filigree, 75% mohair, 20% wool,
nice.
5% nylon. Like, check out this ball band, guys.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
That
what I'm
is-
talking about.
That is some
Um,
75 there.
One of our other knit club members gave it to me like
Oh, ages ago.
eons ago.
Ages
Like
ago.
literally, I haven't.
She showed up and she's like, "It's not coming home with me," and we went dive.
I was like, "Ooh, I love this." It's literally like a sweater's worth. If I wanted to
Oh,
make it into a
wow.
sweater, I'd have enough. But like, I'd have
It's pretty.
You'd have a mohair
though.
sweater.
Then I'd
That's
have a mohair
hot.
sweater. Yeah, especially
And
since
neither
it's
one of
mostly
us
acrylic.
are overly cold creatures.
No,
But that would not be good.
but this pattern
It'd be
is
like me making an alpaca sweater.
overwhelming.
Oh,
But
I would
this,
love that.
this sweater, sorry,
you
this
should make an
shawl
alpaca sweater.
is a little bit more complicated because we have, so there's different panels. So there's panel A, B, and C, and then B, and then A again. And it's, you have to do 3 repeats of pattern, or panel C, which equals something like 8.5 repeats of panel B, and then like 16 repeats of panel
There's
A.
some serious math, guys.
Yeah, but it's also like keeping it organized. So I've actually made myself some cheat cards so that I lay them all out and I know which panel is which, and then every panel I just, after I'm done it, I just flip it.
That is so cute.
So that I know which row I'm on for each panel. Yes, I could do it on like a piece of paper, but like visually this is better for me.
I like that.
So I literally, so this is panel A, it's yellow. Panel B is pink on the edges.
Love it.
C, and I haven't color coordinated for the mohair lace section yet because I am literally like
Feeling really.
Such a student with your highlighters.
I know
over
I
there.
am.
She
And
is
then
a
I am
student.
literally barely anything in. Yeah, I know.
It's
Yeah.
coming along.
But
It's really
we're
pretty.
organized.
Yes.
And that's
Organization.
half
key.
of your battle is
Thing
done,
is,
just
I
being
feel like-
organized.
Yeah, once I have the organization, like, because I knit 2 rows and I was like, oh, this is going to be a nightmare to track.
Yeah.
So I did this up, which I've done for other patterns before.
Mhm.
And honestly, like, once I did that, it's like motoring through. Like,
Oh,
it,
yeah.
Nice.
like, choo-choo-choo. So it's kind of nice. I'm very excited about it.
Alright.
And it's gonna be a panel, and then I think Sarah was saying that we're going to pick up stitches on 3 sides to create a edging.
Yeah. My goodness.
Like I said, fancy schmancy shawl.
Yes, it earns its name.
Yes. Yeah. I'm sure they'll rename that. But it's
so excited to see it when it's done. Because I'd like to know if I can do it in 2 laces, because I don't like mohair. Mohair is the one thing I find itchy.
Yeah, that's fair. There's nicer, newer mohair out there.
Yeah, I don't like the feel and the texture of mohair. It's never been for me, and that's fine. I will wear rustic wools that other people are like, "What is this toothy wool? It's killing me," and I'm like, "Nice, bring it on."
Abrasive.
Yeah. I like Briggs and Little. A lot of people find them too.
I don't know them.
Too rusted. They're Canada's oldest miller and fiber company, and so I will show you. My winter honey is being made out of them. That's that dusty pink cable sweater. Yeah,
totally. Yep.
Yeah, okay. Which is going to be amazing in January.
Yeah,
yeah.
Hot.
Right now, Jocelyn's not working on it because it's too heavy, and I'm apparently doing yet more knit-alongs. Diana's just gonna roll her eyes. I'll be like, I joined another knit-along, and she'll be like, oh, of course you did. Yikes! So, for Jamie, she needed some test knitters for a semicircular shawl, and you know I can't stop myself from knitting semicircular shawls, even though I will complain when I get to the long rows. So, I went, yeah, sure, why not? I don't have enough on my plate. I messaged Jamie and went, yeah, I'd love to help out, but I need to know timelines. She gave me timelines, and I'm like, yeah, I can do that.
Terrible.
Just
terrible.
The worst.
I can knit 1 pair of shorts. They could all knit like 5 shawls.
This is why I have projects that have been on my needles for 2 years. So literally one of the free 4 millimeter cabled needles that I just freed up from the Twin It Up MCAL is already booked to do something else.
Yeah, but sometimes your excitement for a new project is what helps finish old projects because you need the needles.
I needed the needles so bad. Okay, so I picked out my 3 colors. I have not wound it yet because I'm doing that tonight. I downloaded the pattern this morning, so I got the first update for it. So I'm doing a slight variation on mine. Mm-hmm. So mine will be slightly different than other people's because we're testing out different size parameters. So I've got 2 skeins of Madeline Tosh and 1 skein of Hillary's Magical Yarnorium.
I love that name.
Yarnorium. Yeah. So this Madeline Tosh was bought last year at Knit City. So this was way before she had some issues with some choices that she had made. So while I won't be purchasing more Madeline Tosh, I am going to use the skeins that I do have. So
they're very nice.
They're really nice. One is a wonderful
it's just kind of unfortunate.
Yeah. One's a very beautiful antique gold colorway, which I think is actually like antique gold. I think is what they called it.
I think that's
It's got a name. I need eyeballs.
Liquid gold.
Liquid gold.
Ooh, love that name.
It's a really pretty name.
Really pretty
and
color.
then this absolutely beautiful like deep wine burgundy color, which I think might also be a wine name.
Wino Forever.
Nice.
And this one is Amber Saves
the Dinos, which is a variegated. It goes from, I'd say, like a wheat golden color into a lightly coffee brown. I do the descriptions because we have audio podcasters, so they don't see us. Yeah. So I am super stoked to do this. This is actually going to be my lace section at the bottom in the variegated, and I'm going to do the stripe textures in the solid tonals from Madeline Tosh.
And we're obviously not showing pictures because there is no pictures.
There's no
we're not
photos
linking a pattern
because there's no pattern yet.
There's no pattern.
We're test knitters.
We're just going to send you the Cozyup Knit Girls, and they should be out by
Having said that,
September-ish.
Yeah. Jamie, if you can help me out with a pattern later this year, let me know. I might go, hey, can you test knit for me?
Okay. I was like,
need help. Yeah. So, Dragon Fiber Bag already put into service with a new thing. I'm literally going to wind up tonight after I've measured all of my spaces.
Which is fantastic.
Which leaves the bad news.
Fiber flubs.
Oh, no.
Moral of the story. Read your pattern! I know better.
You know, the thing is,
I know better. So hardcore, it's not even funny.
We all know better, but we all do it.
I didn't do a professional test.
She did.
Because we think we know better than the pattern writers. I'm like, no, I know better. I don't need to do that. We're always wrong. Always wrong.
Always.
I know better. If I go in and I'm hacking it and I know there's going to be adjustments, it's fine. When I'm trying to match the pattern and it doesn't work, I get really angry. In my what is this? So into knitting back.
So into knitting.
So into knitting. which, oh, I hope they have Halloween bags at the Fiber Festival.
I just like the snap open. Like,
Yeah.
it's like,
That I also
that's
want. I
really
want more
fun.
snap open ones.
yeah, it's like
Cute.
Because it's really, I get my yarn caught in
they
everything.
feel like those snap bracelets.
You guys
Yeah.
know that I have my yarns
Fun.
for my twin it up, my across the prairie. Look at that, we'll cover the girls. Listen, it's hot. I'm wearing a summer dress. It's a little booby. Deal with it. I have boobs. I have my 3 skeins of 2 Halloween and 1 gray to balance it out. My pumpkin orangey, which is jack-o'-lantern, and my variegated white to candy corn orange to Walmart costume purple to black are from Undercover Otter, which are from Amsterdam. Diana picked up while she was on her honeymoon this year for me, because they were Halloween yarns and she couldn't pick one, so she brought home 2.
Oh, she's so mean.
It's just a harsh life I have, a harsh life. I paired it up with some Smoke and Mirrors from Midnight Cravings, which is one of my favorite indie dyers out of Saskatoon. Well, Saskatoon's the closest big city to them. They're not actually in Saskatoon.
Korea.
Yeah, they're about an hour out of Saskatoon. They have their own shop. It's really pretty. And I'm making the Doodler,
By
which I
Stephen
just
West.
love the name.
Yes.
Yeah, any Stephen West shawl.
Mhm.
And we have till the end of September, so I'm like, okay, I need to start picking up speed, right? And I'd made a small mistake at the beginning, and I was like, whatever, I don't care, because I don't. But my stitch count is way off because I was increasing in wedges where I should not have been increasing. So I am in wedge 7, and I have to rip back to wedge 1. And I'm like, kind of tempted to just frog the whole thing and start all over again and fix that first mistake I made in my first row of
Well, then why
orange.
don't you just do that?
So I think I
Yeah,
made
if
you
you're
that
not
since
happy
I'm
Because I mean,
with
like,
it,
otherwise
then-
you're just...
I wasn't going to when I was in like wedge 2 or
Yeah.
3, but I put a progress creeper in there because I was in wedge 2.
Yeah.
I made a good, 6 inches of progress in a fingering weight shawl, and I have to rip it all back.
Yeah.
So that sucks. And again, read your pattern because the shape's wrong. Like if it was just the stitch counts were off, I could fudge it and make it work and bring everything into alignment. I've done that
But if you're
so many
like-
times. But I'm way out. I am
Like 20 stitches, or what are you off?
15 to 20 stitches off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like I
yeah.
have way too many stitches. So I'm like, this is not going to work. The shape is wrong.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
nope, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
So I need to rip this bad boy out. So sad panda.
That is sad, Panda.
Stick that in here. I currently have mine on a pair of 4mm short corded, which is how I tend to enjoy starting my shawls. But for the moment, they're going to stay on that because
I'm the only one of the 3 of us who enjoys interchangeable circulars, so I'm just like...
I can't see them to put them together. I'm sure I would enjoy them, but I can't see it to put it together.
I've
fair.
debated
So that's not
about
going to work
buying
for me.
some, but you also hooked me up with a lot of
I did.
Yes,
videos
you
lately,
did.
so-
My mother-in-law is a librarian, and she often gets
Ooh, tea.
donations, and so she got a oodles and oodles of needles donated. Like oodles and oodles.
Oodles and
And
oodles?
since I don't own
Ooh, hey.
oodles of needles, that I'm
She
always
now does
struggling.
own oodles of needles.
Now I own it.
Sorry for
Every time I
shaking.
start a new project, I'm like, I don't think I own needles for this.
Which drives me nuts, because I'm like, you should own needles for every project!
Everything, she has everything, and I have like 2
All the
needles.
things.
And,
All the things.
yeah, 3 needles of size 8 and 1 needle of not.
Seriously, look, she didn't have like a complete set of straights or circulars. Now she has too many of both.
I've been knitting.
I feel like I need to
for,
put my shawl
like,
back
since
on,
I
'cause there's
was,
a lot of-
what, You taught me how to knit when I was like 15, 16.
I've been knitting for
don't know
half the time
how I
you've
don't
been
have so many
knitting,
knitters.
and I have 4 times as many needles as you do.
I also taught Jocelyn quite a few stitches.
Yes, you have.
Yes.
You're also one of the people I go to
Terry's
when I
the
need
bad
rescue.
influence of the group.
I am. I'm like,
That's
everyone
what
should
we
knit, and then I have
Hey,
more
I
knitting friends.
I picked it up on my own.
True.
I just had you help me do some parts of it. That's all.
No.
All right.
Sewing.
Which wraps up all of our stuff, which means we're into sewing.
And you have 3 sewers here today.
With things they've actually been working on, so we can do so little
Yeah.
time.
So little time. Would you like to start us off there, Miss C?
So using you run an Etsy company and neither one of the 2 of us do.
Yeah, this is where Miss C's gonna have way more stuff.
It's the Chantel show now. I'm gonna do some
Yeah,
more
it is the
stuff.
Chantel show.
No,
Good, I need to make some inches on my socks today.
Okay, what do I have here today, guys?
I don't know, you
Why
brought
don't
it.
you show us some of your bags since
Okay.
we've never had you on the show?
So this is
Talk to
one.
herself.
This
Can you tell
is
who pushes
a
us towards
tote.
doing things? She's not an enabler at all.
Oh, yeah.
Me. Sorry, I'm falling on this couch here. I pushed up the
Listen,
seat.
everybody does, I want to recover these so that the cushions stay in. Yeah.
So what have you got there? Oh my god, I love this bag.
Yes.
Oh, is this the tote
This
one?
is the canvas tote.
Oh, yes.
Here, you talk about it, I'll show it off.
Okay, so it has
Can I
a
have-
little button detail at the front, and then there's like little stitching. Oh, I love all the
fabric.
creatures.
It's very
Yeah.
cute.
So
It's
and very
so
durable
you.
in the canvas.
And she even puts like a different canvas on the inside.
Yes.
I love it.
So there's
Ooh,
always
hello.
two-toned in my projects. I just have a bunch of junk in here right now that I brought over. But this one is for sale on my Shopify. So you pick this up.
I think there's a tape measure and pens and stuff in there.
There is some yarn and stuff.
There's
Yarns
some
and stuff.
yarn.
And stitch markers.
Let's see some of your other bags. That's why it's making so much noise.
That's why
the
it was
noise I'm
making
hearing.
noise.
The stitch markers in the plastic case, that's why it's making noise. Okay.
Okay. I have my little octopus bag here.
And it's actually really funny because
Is that going to be your sock size?
It's totally.
Yeah.
You
Because that's a 1 to 2 skein.
Yeah, I was like, that's a 1 to 2 skeiner.
Which is like
You
a-
could
it's a
cram a
sock
second
bag.
skein in there.
Yes.
It's
you
funny
can.
though. Our friend Jen actually wants one. She's like, "Oh my god, I could make it into like a lunch bag or a makeup bag."
Oh,
I'm
it would
like,
be an
"You
amazing
really
lunch
could,
bag."
actually.
It's a really
It
nice lunch
does.
bag.
So
Yeah.
I like it because you can like pull it open so much, as
Yeah.
you can see, and then
I
you
love
can
the
like
non-zipper.
fold open the edge.
Yeah,
I love
So you
me
can
a
even like hold it open
non-zipper.
like this.
and she covers
No,
her own
it's-
buttons so that they match the project.
Yes.
Isn't that
Everything
cute?
is matching with the edge there.
I
Yeah.
can't wait to see the one for the
Um,
fabric she bought for me. She's like, "You want a bag? Pick up fabric." I'm like, "Okay."
She had us pick out fabric for bags for each of us. We're very excited. But
Um,
she's got a new design that I am actually like
Oh, that's the
ridiculously
new one?
Yeah.
Okay.
excited about.
The drawstring.
The
Yeah.
drawstring.
I was like, we need. Oh, you have a cake.
Oh, I
was
have
like,
it in. So this one is actually.
Gonna be a prize for knit along. We're gonna talk about in a bit here. You
Yeah,
guys.
Yeah,
Hang
in
on.
a bit. So, but
We'll
I
get there.
have the one that I am going to show the example out of. So, basically, you can open it up here with the little button on the side.
Lift it up so they can
Oh,
see you.
no.
Stay in frame.
I am not.
Stay. You're a bad
I
podcaster.
am a bad podcaster.
All good.
You've
Okay.
never done it before.
We'll forgive her.
So,
Should see
open
our
it
first
up, but
episode.
It's
Oh,
stitched up
it's
the
rough.
side here. And
So this is really like a one cake bag,
one
but
cake.
it
yeah,
really
that's
is.
not
To me, it's like a yarn bowl bag.
Yes.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you put your cake in. It fits
Ah,
perfectly
okay,
one
okay.
size. Sorry, I'm
You
touching
can't
your
help
needles.
yourself, can you?
No, because I'm trying to make her lift it. There we go. And
Sorry,
you
I'll
sew
edge
it on the side.
your elbows up here.
And then you have your yarn coming out the side, as you can see.
Just
there.
waiting for you to like climb over me to get to Chantel. Holy jeeper.
And then you can button it back up.
That'd be really
Back
funny. You're
up
climbing
here.
over my knittings out to here so I can keep knitting.
Then it's like a yarn bull because you can pull the yarn
Yeah.
out of
And
the
see,
side of
what-
your bag.
I'm actually thinking of is that I
Actually,
might order a couple
I think
so
I'm
that
gonna
I can
order a
use it.
few.
Yeah, so I can
So I
actually
can put them in the bigger totes and then have several colors going for color work.
Exactly, and it won't
Yeah.
get as tangled as what I'm thinking. I wouldn't want them to match that nicely, but so I could tell which one's which. But
So you can
That is
do
fun.
this
We
guy
order them, they'll be
for
different
one
different
color,
patterns. Yeah.
and,
we would use
another
different
guy
guys
for
for
this color.
different colors, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, so
That's a
this
really good
bag
idea.
can hold your... And then it'll stay in there, right, until you unbutton
yeah.
and get it out. And then you can store it all in the little bag.
That'd be amazing.
This one has a cute little hedgehog on it.
Yes.
Even for the
And
sultana
this
when I make
one
it later.
Is
Totally.
available
Mhm.
on the Shopify store. And then
And that is
Don't worry, there will
sunflowers
be
this
links.
one
and storm
for
clouds.
There will
Yeah,
be links,
sunflowers and
folks.
stuff.
There will be links.
Yes, there will
Links.
be links. But
Because I'll
yes,
forget to mention.
but this
things.
is an excellent segue. Should we segue into her thing, or should we pause?
No, we'll do it in cows with cows. So that
Okay,
way it's
we'll do
all
cows.
it's all in it's
We
all in
won't-
one.
we won't
place.
segue.
Okay,
Sewing.
no
All in
segue.
one. All in one. It makes Diana's life a lot easier. It makes my life easier.
I don't like their lives apparently.
Yeah.
I'll do what I want.
We're
I'm kidding.
rebels.
I'm kidding. What are you sewing, Miss
Yeah.
Jocelyn?
Oh, there's stacks of fabric that you guys can't see on the couch we normally
Yeah.
There's
record
even
on.
wounds to show that she's done work
I
on it.
sliced my finger this
Yes.
morning and I don't have band-aids. So instead of electrical tape like my dad would use, I used the medical tape that you have to tape down like
dressings
and stuff, so I just wrapped that around my feet. If the wound is clean, I just want to keep it clean. So
I'm gonna hold it up since she's knitting.
I'm always, when am I not knitting? I needed to make some sweater bags. This is something that is, if you're a long-time listener, you'll know I'm slowly making my way towards a homemade house. So I'm trying to make as much of what is in my existence made by me as I'm comfortable doing. So while I won't go entirely homemade, I'm figuring about 80 to 90%
Nobody
of
wants
everything.
homemade knickers.
I could do
you could.
sew my own bras and stuff. I know how. I just don't want to put the effort into it. I'd rather spend the $150 somewhere else and just come home with a bra.
That much for you? Yeah.
Yes,
Quite
it
honestly,
is.
there's something about store-bought knickers. I think I'm just gonna stick to them.
I'm fine. I'm fine not making my own underwear. I'm like, there's some things I am okay buying.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm okay buying swimwear. Like there's things I won't. And I won't get rid of things that I own that I love, but I am replacing. And one of the things I want to be able to do is with my hand knit sweaters is store them off season and have them stay safe. Yeah. So what I can do with the sweater bags is I can put a pouch of cedar shavings or not mothballs, because if you mothball something, the only way to get that out is to burn it, and stick them in essentially large bags with zippers, and then they'll stack inside drawers when it's not their season. Same with like knitted hats, scarves, my shawls and things, so I can store them and keep them safe.
Yeah, and then the cedar would keep the moths out, which is nice.
Yeah. So I've been working on some of those. I will, if I ever get the Etsy shop up and running, I will put them in the Etsy shop for people too, because it's one of those things you can't really find at the store that well.
No.
Or you find really cheap plastics for them, and I'm like, that's not helping me save the environment at all. Because what do I do once that plastic breaks? I'd rather have a degradable fabric that I can wash, I can use, I can store.
But the fabric won't break nearly as fast, right? Because you don't put your fingers through it.
I won't, yeah. So I'm very happy with that. So I cut out, it's just literally like 3 stacks. I got some socks, some medium project bags, and I've got the larger sweater bags cut and ready to sew this week.
She does. She has piles of fabric on the other side of the camera.
Like
so I was working
Looks
this morning.
like my place now.
Stacks of fabric everywhere.
Stack
of fabric and 1 plushy cheese poof.
I love it.
He's the national spokesman. He's the national spokesman for the Japanese Pizza Hut.
Oh, funny.
And paired with an anime that I really love that I'd like to cosplay one day. Because the character eats... She eats so much Pizza Hut pizza in the anime that she gets a cheese poof stuffy.
That's funny.
So I commissioned a cheese poof stuffy.
That's super funny. I love it.
Because I'm 12.
There's nothing wrong with being 12. I can show my sewing, I suppose. So my sewing is actually kind of a knitting project, but kind of a sewing project.
Half sewn, half knit.
Half sewn, half knit. So I am making, it is a cabled knit purse by Karen. I can't pronounce that. Anyways, it's this. It's just a free pattern. My mother-in-law, the librarian, she gets stuff donated, and she sometimes gives me like balls of stuff. Like people donate whole like balls, and so I had 1 ball of pop bulky. So I'm like, what am I gonna do with it? So I just like search Ravelry for the yardage.
Are you kidding me? I might go buy a skein of bulky to make that.
Because
it's so cute. So
cute.
this is my little purse. It's gonna be a little clutch. I've got little wooden handles to put on it.
Cute.
And so my sewing is I have to sew the lining. I haven't picked out an interior, but she's saying that I should do a flannel, and I kind of agree with her. Yeah. We're thinking a white and black flannel.
Chantel's response to everything cozy is flannel.
Yeah, she loves flannel. But like, quite honestly, it took me 3 days of lunch breaks to make this.
Yeah.
And it's literally just...
Because bulky
like
knits so fast, it's crazy.
In between. And I think actually, I don't know if I'm going to use the same yarn to attach the handles or use like a sparkly sachet.
Ooh,
that was also donated. Because this is that like strange yarn that you make...
It is really strange yarn. I've never used it before.
Art yarn.
But... It's art yarn, yeah, that you make like scarves out of. But I'm not really ever going to, so I'm thinking about attaching it, and it just kind of gives it like a little bit of a sparkle. Not gonna lie, you can pick this stuff up at the dollar store. The Dollarama always has the sachet yarn.
Right,
always
They
does.
do.
Yeah. This was given to me though, but it like color matches perfectly.
God, you need to have that finished so you can take it to you for Knit City, and it can be your purse at Knit City.
Oh,
Yeah.
110%.
So happy.
Yeah. Actually, that'll be so cute, right? Like, how adorable. Like little handles. I'm quite excited.
Very cute.
That's my sewing. It's not actually sewed yet, but it's kind of an FO kind of sew.
Come in.
Hey, I warned you about the sweater bag. The zipper's not fully sewn in yet. There's
And I did
still
not stab
pins
myself.
on the top of that because I didn't finish it yet.
That's
Hey,
totally
I
fair.
made a button when I got here.
She did.
I had to make lunch so we could record, so I just stopped sewing.
That's super funny.
I was like, it's 11:30. I need to make lunch.
I have snackage beside me.
I see this.
I think they've all seen me eating blueberries while I've been...
Yes.
Yes.
You see me putting stuff in my mouth? I'm
Eating blueberries?
I'm eating a jar of blueberries. A package of blueberries.
If you guys see me, I have some trail mix with chocolate, which is
Kinda
pretty much
healthy.
just me eating the chocolate out of there.
Are you eating any of the trail mix?
Sometimes when it accidentally gets in her hand.
Yeah. Why would I want that?
Why don't I need the trail mix part of the trail mix? Why don't you just bring a bag of chocolate chips? Make your life easier.
Because that doesn't look healthy.
Yeah. I don't look
Pretend healthy.
I have to
Okay.
pretend.
Okay, I see how this goes.
Yeah.
And then once I'm off camera, I'll eat a bag of chips. No, I'm kidding.
Only if you brought them, because there's none in this house.
I'll have to go home then.
Yep.
Love it.
Alright, so I think that's it for sewing.
I think that is it for sewing. I mean, we do
Alright.
have the 2 bag makers here, and I just happen to be making a bag.
Yeah, it works perfect.
I am not starting a sewing thing.
You're not going to start a sewing company?
No.
No, it's too
While
many
you're
people.
while
I'll
you're
just commission.
training to become a nurse,
Yeah,
you
that-
might be a smidge busy.
I'm a little busy.
Just a smidge.
Yeah, it's
Love it.
terrible. Enjoying the summer off.
I hope so. Alright, which leaves us with wool gathering, which is where we put everything else.
Okay.
All the other jazz.
So, admin stuff, I always throw it in here. We try to make it
Absolutely.
as quick as possible. For
Okay.
people who follow us who are Patreon members, a reminder that the electronic knit in is going to happen on the 27th. We're starting at noon, our time. So we catch
Central.
all central saving, daylight saving. There's words and stuff. You should, because you're a Patreon member, so you can join in.
Couldn't I join in because I'm a part of the podcast?
Yes, but you're a Patreon member, so that's how you get in.
I do actually.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the 27th at noon.
Yes.
I'm actually putting in
That
my
in
phone now.
Okay, perfect. So that's going on. So if you're not a Patreon member and you've been thinking about it, you still have time for this month. It lasts about 2 to 3 hours. It's literally just me, Diana, and whoever gets on the Google Hangout with us, and we literally just talk and knit for a couple of hours. And then we're good to go. My background might be extra active that day. If my parents are still in town, you'll see my parents walking in behind because I share my living space with them when they're here visiting. They're here visiting me.
That's
Hello.
exciting.
So that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
We're also starting this month. We're doing the official change for the tiers. So up to, well, any tier level gets you in on the knit club. You can just join it. Any tier level gets, because like at the $1, you will get the link every month when it comes up.
Yeah.
At the $1 marker, you get all of the posts and stuff that go open there. Then we start narrowing it down. So it has to be at that like $10, $15 level. That's when you start getting monthly videos.
Oh, fun.
So they're going to be me. Diana does not have the time. She does. She's so busy right now. Yeah. So, and I apparently have a very itchy eyeball. So we made the choice for the people who are going to do the $10 or $15. What I would do is every month we'll do a video and I'll talk about the things that I've been doing for the homemade house, breaking it down into amenable projects, how I knit while not being able to see, so things I have to do for adaptations, how to sort of do basic maths to make alterations. So say you want to make a garment, but you're slightly sized different, how to look for specific patterns that let you make those changes very
It sounds
quickly.
like kind of a how to
Yeah.
make your own stuff for home, you know,
Yeah.
like get the homemade home.
Get the homemade home. So we're going to put the videos up in there.
Fun.
Whether or not we'll ever release them at some point on YouTube, we're not sure, but for right now they're going to be Patreon exclusive. It's just more of my face if you want it.
I like your face.
If you don't,
Pretty face.
I'm not offended. If you can't afford it, even just making a comment, liking the video, and sharing and telling other people helps us immensely, especially if you're an audio listener. Audio reviews are harder to get.
Also tell your
And
friends.
It helps us in search
friends.
profiles, which
Yeah.
just helps us build the community and make more people so that we can do more stuff, which is really the goal. So I had to get my admin out of the way before I passed the buck to Chantel, because Chantel would like to run a knit along, and she'd like to invite all you guys to join us.
Because she wants to be able to give a prize pack.
She wants to give prizes away.
Yes.
So We're gonna host it on the Northern Knits Podcast Ravelry page. You have to be a member of the Northern Knits Ravelry group to participate. But that's it. You don't have to.
That's free. Literally,
that's
it's free to join. You just have to make.
Not a problem. And we're just gonna put the chatter and the FO threads there, so Chantel has them somewhere to put them, so she can do the draws and stuff. So, do you want to tell people all about your knit along?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I'm doing it. I know I can't get prizes. It doesn't matter. I'm doing it.
I'm doing it.
Okay, so I really wanted to feature a Canadian designer.
Do you have a name for your knit along?
Yes, for my knit along, Canadian designer knit along right now.
That's a working title.
Person.
She is. You have a master's degree in creativity.
When she makes the Ravelry group page, she will come up with a name.
We'll have a different name, you guys. That's delightful.
Come win one of my bags. Knit along.
Yeah, come win one of my bags. Knit along. Yeah. We'll figure something out. That's not a problem. I had to put it out. I was like, I bet you she hasn't yet, has she? I'm like, no. Okay, that's fine.
Chel's busy with demo.
You are.
Okay. Let's see if I can finish my own knit along.
Diana won't. She still hasn't cast it on for the Across the Prairies. I don't think she's caked on. And she's doing the mohair medley, which is 5 skeins.
Oh no. Oh no.
Where to start that shawl? I want that shawl. I might just order that kit and make it. It's really pretty, even though it has mohair in it.
So, I like mohair. Tell us about your knit along.
So, I chose designer Andrea Rango.
This is her.
Oh, okay.
I just pulled it up. Oh, that ain't clear as.
No, showing screens on screens.
It sometimes does.
You can kind of see it.
You can kind of see
it. We'll have it linked in the chatter thread for Ravelry.
She's from Vancouver Island. I feel like she does a wide variety of projects.
She does.
She does hats, mitts, and sweaters, and
like you can pick a smaller project by picking hats and mitts, or you could pick pants. You literally have the option of pants.
She's
got capris, right?
Yoga kind of pants on
they actually look like yoga capris.
They look like
it makes me wonder though, like, would they keep their shape? Like, I mean, obviously you have to pick the right yarn, but like, I worry they wouldn't.
I wouldn't do them in a superwash. That's for sure. They would not keep their shape.
Or cotton.
I don't know.
Anyways.
You could do a cotton,
but they're pretty.
Yeah, they're pretty. That's the point.
That's the point. So we are going to start this on September 1st.
Woo!
Yeah, coming up. And then
nice fall knit.
Nice fall knit. And then we're going to run it till December.
You want to go end of December?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 4 months, because as Chantel says it, she's a little bit of a slower knitter. So if you want to pick a bigger project, you still can, because you have 4 months. 4 months. You could make 4 months in that 4 months, but you can make something a little bit bigger if you want.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I wanted to give people an option, because I really love knitting these big sweaters and stuff. But sometimes for the knit-alongs, I can't join because I'm such a slow knitter. I have tendonitis in my hand, so it just holds me back a bit from joining. But I really wanted to make something that lots of people could join, and that would have lots of different options.
Mm-hmm.
So you can knit any of her designs. Pick one.
Yeah.
Link me. I am thinking about, because I'm in a shorts mood right now.
You thinking about
Are you going to make another pair of shorts?
I am. I'm thinking about is this Bloomers or the Zoe Beach shorts, or there's a really pretty shawl. It's called Platinum or Gold.
I haven't even made it to her shawls yet.
So,
I already have like 3 sweaters picked out.
She has.
I
was like, Jocelyn's already picked one out. It looks like you're thinking about the halyard? Yes. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Yes, I am, because I think that'll make a really nice fall winter cardigan thingy.
Are you kidding me? And what I like is it buttons up. I'm a big... I just made this so faded. I want like a nice button up.
Buttons.
Yeah, I think I'm going to put some toggles on it.
Ooh, I do.
See, so like in my comfort fade, I won't bother to do it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's not how I work with the shawl ones.
Mine,
I don't, so.
So
well, and I showed you how it highlights areas, and it doesn't do it quite justice. But this one's meant to be buttoned all the way up.
So I should get your prizes.
Yeah, I was like, so what are you doing as prizes here, little missy?
I know. I'm skipping the best part, guys.
I know, it's the part.
Everyone's like, stop talking about it. What can we win?
I know. Stop talking about it, so again, I made a duplicate of this guy.
super cute. What are the cake?
Oh yeah, the cake bags.
A cake bag. That's totally what it's called. It's a cake bag.
Cake bag.
Nice and
And so you
close.
can see the little buttons on it. You can see the little hedgehog. You
And
can
turn
see
it
the
around. I
little
like the animals
owl.
on the back. Sorry,
Okay,
I'm
I'm
dramatic.
sorry. Well, she has
I'm so
preference for the
dramatic.
animals on the back. That's a little rude, but the animals on the front are cute too, Terri.
Listen, the internet needs a warning before Terri gets them in real life because they're hooked.
And then, what's in the bag, guys? What's in the bag?
She's also made
Stitch markers.
Stitch markers.
that magically match the bag.
Yeah.
They don't magically match the
Oh
bag.
my god.
She just exists in this
Yeah.
magical matching world.
So
That's
I will
just how things
take
work for
some lovely
Chantel.
photos
Yeah, we'll take some pictures of those.
of those.
Yeah, put them on your Storm and Clouds? Storm and Sun? I can't remember. It's too many words.
Sunflowers
Sunflower
and
storm
storm clouds.
It's too long.
It's not.
Oh.
Too long.
So this and
So we're
stitch markers will
We're
be
excited to see what everybody what everybody makes, and this is a new designer for us, so we're
Oh,
super
no.
excited to try her stuff.
Exactly.
I gotta go
I've
look
never
into
knit
her
with her
shawls.
before or knit her stuff before, so I am really excited.
Yes, and we're really big on promoting some Canadian designers
Booty
because
going.
we like our own Canadian designer here.
Hello.
You get all the girls.
All of a sudden I'm being felt up.
Yes, and
I'm
so
okay with this.
I think the last thing on our docket is events.
The last thing on the docket is events.
So we have our Fiber Festival next month,
We do. That's actually happening in the
That's so
second
exciting.
Friday and Saturday of September.
and that is in Winnipeg, Manitoba. That is
The
happening-
Manitoba Fiber Festival.
Yeah, there you go. At the
X Grounds.
At the X Grounds. And then we also have Knit City coming up.
Yes.
That
Me and
we are
Terri for sure are
trying
going.
to bully
Guys,
little
We're
Knit City
upselling.
come
We're
up.
upselling Chantel pretty hard. Same with Diana. We're trying to make it a
I'm
party
like,
of 4 for
We
the
have
weekend.
2 queen-size beds. Just jump on the plane.
Just jump on the plane.
And
Come
you-
with us.
you
The
already have
hotel
a
room's
room.
already booked.
It's gonna be amazing.
It'll be fun. Come with.
So we're still pestering her,
We'll
so you
see.
may or may not see us all there.
You may right on.
Yeah,
For sure, you will see us too.
I will
We're
be
trying to
stalking.
bring. We're trying to bring the other 2.
because it'll make it more fun.
I think it'll be an amazing weekend. And it'll be really good for us to just do a girls' weekend.
Yeah.
get in
yeah.
trouble.
Girls.
No, is there anything else
Oh,
events-wise?
tons of stuff going on.
I was
We're ready.
popping to my head.
We're currently in the middle of Stash Dash, which is a
Yes.
knit-along run by the Knit Girls. It runs all during the summer, and it wraps up on the 24th. I participate every year. It is a quick, it's a
Quick.
3-month-long challenge for yourself to help get through your stash. I have no idea what goal I'm sitting at. I need to sit down and do some yarn weighing, figure out what's going
I
on.
do not participate
To
in.
estimate some yardages and stuff. So I have 5 kilometers or more done easily. So I need to do some weighs and some yardages and stuff and work that out to meterages. So that'll wrap up shortly. It's something that I enjoy doing. There's no prizes. You just do it for yourself to
Mhm.
challenge yourself. So
Nice.
that's going on. I am doing the self-strapping sock along, which is the Fiber Friends knit along right now. I'm actually just working on the socks as we speak.
Mhm.
That's over at the end of September. The Across the Prairies Cow also runs till the end of September. His cast on date was the 1st of July.
That is what Chantel is currently
No,
working
July, August, yeah, end of September. So that is any Stephen West pattern.
on. Somebody still needs to start.
Yeah.
I have caked my yarn though. For the record, I'm not as bad as Diana. I have
Caked
caked
my yarn. Oh,
Caked it.
jeez.
I even have the needles and everything.
And technically, you did work on part of my project, so like,
So I have started.
so she started.
I count.
You count.
That counts.
It's being run with the 3 other podcasts, which means you guys have 4 chances to win something. Because we don't restrict it, so cross enter, please. We
Yeah.
super invite
Yeah.
that because that is just makes
Do
it
it,
that
do
much more
it.
fun. So that's going on. Apparently I am starting a new Canadian yet to be designed knit along that Chantel's hosting on the 1st of September. So that's gonna pop in real quick shortly.
Yes.
And then I am apparently jumping in with Chantel and Terri, and we're gonna do the little yellow sweater,
little yellow sweater.
If anyone wants to join
which
us,
won't be yellow.
you can make it any color you want. It was my husband bought me some yarn as a gift when he was traveling through
Very
Canada, and it was. And I had
Oh,
just
yeah.
bought the pattern. And weirdly, I have the right weight and the white yardage, so I'm like, mine's
Done.
gonna be blue.
Do it up.
I still need to buy my yarn, so
I just magically
I
I
have
just
yarn.
magically have yarn because I have a healthy stash.
I
Healthy?
am
It's
healthy.
a healthy stash.
Healthy.
Healthy stuff.
I know, I'm teasing. You have a long yarn.
You have too much.
Hey, my lot of yarn means I can pick up a test knit and jump in on a sweater, and I don't have to go to the store, so there's no, I gotta go. It's when I'm there and I see stuff I like, I'm like, done, because at some point,
70s mohair.
you'll turn into something.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it. So that's
I
going
have
on.
some yarn.
She does.
She does. She does.
I'll have to look
You
through
were
my
caking
pile.
it the other month.
Yeah, one knit club I didn't feel like knitting, so I just caked a
caked
lot of
yarn.
her yarn. Just
Caked all
because I wanted to. That's what I felt like doing.
Because I don't own
Ballwinder or Swift.
And we had brought Jocelyns to cake some of her yarn for a project, so I just kept going.
Yep.
She's
going.
very bad at making cakes. It's weird.
so bad. Like this cake.
This is a
where'd it
delightfully awkward process for you, and I can't figure out why, but
Oh
that's
my
okay.
And it takes
Look
her
at
like
this
a weird...
mess, guys.
It takes
It's
a
such
weirdly
a
long
mess.
time too. Like she's so bad at it.
That's okay. Everyone's got a everyone's got a thing. I can't 2x2 rib. Diana can't eyelet lace. Chantel just can't cake balls of yarn. That's fine.
It's funny. So
I
bad.
love it.
Everyone's got a thing.
Yep.
Not a
I love
problem.
it. I know
Falling
mine is.
apart.
So,
back
otherwise,
in
there
there.
will be more stuff towards the end of the year. We're creeping in about September. I start talking about the things that I do at the end of the year. So that's coming along. And I think you and I are going to do a year-long one next year. We can start talking about in October and
Yes,
stuff.
yes,
So
absolutely.
we'll do that later. So otherwise, that's it.
Hi.
We think we made it to the end of the list.
I think
Sure,
so.
I've forgotten something, but I'm not gonna worry about it.
No.
Yeah,
Life's
about it
too
next
short.
week. Well,
Oh, goodness.
deep breath.
We're
Thanks for
done.
joining us, though.
Thanks
we
for
are
watching.
we are very excited. And
Yes.
who are we?
Who are you? Do you want me to do the outro now?
She could do an outro. I feel
Can I
like
do
if we
my
try to
outro?
do 3, it'll be
Outro.
too much.
Are you sure?
Yeah, do it.
All right. I'll say that I am Jocelyn. There is no Diana. And until next week, no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to knit. Chantel's like, nope.